Hello everyone, Vika from the Creative Maze is here, and today we are having very interesting story. Today we have our final stream of the project Crazy Coffee Party in the Maze. It is the event where we are breaking the way of our standard thinking, and we learn how to invent some extraordinary, attractive, and spectacular stories for our sketches. So if you're just if you're a newbie here, you can find all my previous streams in the playlist, the special playlist. I will put the link here, and you can find all information you need. So this project was designed to help beginners in art, not only beginners, but maybe artists who usually draw with a traditional approach. And I teach you how to start drawing more crazy, unusual, bright, emotional, and authentic pictures, which attracts attention of your viewers, your audience, and which provoke questions and interests. So if you are new on my channel, just return to the beginning of this project in my playlist and start from the first stream to the fifth. And step by step, you will find out new foxy tricks of creative thinking, which we use in our drawing practice. So I will start today's session with the practice. Today, almost no theory. So I'd like to show you our today's reference, which we are going to use, which we are going to sketch, which we are going to transform into some more exciting story. You can find this reference in my free Telegram channel, where I provide all materials in my streams and in my videos. The link is in the description, so you can easily find it there. And what we need to do today: explore the picture attentively and think. Try to imagine what creative trick we are going to apply to it today. I will give you a minute for your guessing. Write your suggestions in the chat, because today is the final day of the project, so it could be something interesting. If you are watching this stream in record, just pause this video and write your idea, your suggestions in comments. The coffee is finished for today, so only water. So I will not torture you for long. Today, our final issue of this project. So I decided that it will be interesting and very useful for all of us if today you will invent your own trick, or if you will choose one of our previous tricks, or if you will combine them in some unusual and strange way. Because we already have a small library of tricks from our previous sessions. So this approach will help you to absorb maybe all this information from previous streams, and you will learn how to apply it independently without any clues, and to choose by yourself, by your heart, not because your teacher told you how to do it. Just do it by yourself, all these creative solutions. So I will remind you what have we learned from our previous sessions. In general, what have we done? We have learned how to invent some interesting suggestions, how to change the context of stories, of illustration, how to lead the attention of our audience, our viewers. We also collected a bunch of some creative tricks which helps us to do all these previous things. So that's better. So what tricks have we learned? On the first stream, we changed the size of the objects in the our picture. I mean that we focus on the most important objects, of the most important part of our part of illustration. So we made it bigger and visually more appealing, let's say. What else? On our second stream, we learned how to attract attention to some unusual part. In our case, it was the main character, it was our background, like background, not the character. Who could imagine? It's very strange. As for me, it is strange, but it attracts some attention, and people will ask questions why it happens. So it changes the idea of the story, and it changes the atmosphere. That is also very important in drawing. On our third stream, I think that it was the funniest one. We found out that any of your sketch will win and will improve and will become much more interesting if you will add a horse there into the plot of your illustration. The context of the story will change immediately, and there will be a lot of questions. What's going on there? You can return to this video and this stream, and you will find out the way how we can do it in different situations differently. And the last but not the least, we found out that we can add a little bit of house in your sketch, or maybe a lot of house, as I did on our previous stream. How did we do these things? We add some unusual, unexpected style of the sky on the background. So it was something strange, absurd, unpredictable, and even cartoonish style. I have chosen even cartoonish one. And someone even managed to add some extra unexpected character into the picture. It was the huge Godzilla. So we briefly recalled all our main important information from all our project. So now think and write in the chat or in the comments which trick was your favorite, and try to explain why it wasn't about its way of new thinking. Maybe it was something emotional, maybe because your sketch from this trick was the best in the bunch. Why? It is interesting, the way of your thinking. It is the question one. What trick was your favorite? And the trick number two, also write me in the comments or in the chat. which trick was the main complicated for you, and why do you think so? Maybe because it was super crazy and absurd, and you're a serious adult logical person and you don't accept all this funny business. I hope that even if you are adult and serious, you accept a little bit, a pinch of crazy stuff like this. Or maybe it was just complicated to, technically, maybe, I don't know, emotionally also. Write it down. I would like to have your feedback. So after you complete your text, let's say your message, it's time for our practice. The sweetest time, the perfect time for an artist. Practice time. We will return to our reference. Observe it attentively and think, how could you change the story from this picture? No, you see that this picture, it has this storytelling component. So how can we change it? How could we change the context? Maybe add some different atmosphere or a full spoon of absurd. And after that, think how we, with using which tricks, which methods you can get closer to your goal, how you can achieve this story. If you are watching this stream in a record, you can also pause here to have a little bit time to think about, when you are drawing with me, maybe you spend more time of thinking about your sketches, not for maybe the time for drawing will not be that long, but way of thinking, maybe you need some time to, to become more creative. So I encourage you not to squeeze yourself, not to limit yourself. Just turn on your boldness, your fantasy on the maximum. So we are having 15 minutes. I will set up the timer. And we are going to start our practice. And I will return to you in 15 minutes. I will not show you how I draw because, I told you about it several times that I don't want you to draw how I draw during this project. I just want to see your personality through your sketches and your way of thinking. So I'm drawing with you now in the real time, but I hope that your suggestions will be completely different because we are different people, different age, different background, different countries. So we need to exchange our experiences and our way of thinking, and this is the main goal, to enrich our creative potential with other unusual suggestions. So it's time to start. I will press the button and so see you in 15 minutes where we can observe what have we got after this sketching practice, and I can ask you a couple of questions if you have some, and give you some final thoughts, let's say. That's it. So, ready or not, but we need to finish our today's practice. So, did you manage to invent your own method or some of your personal tricks? I want to complete it, but anyway, thinking that I'm ready. One moment. I'd like to show what I personally got today, and we can observe it and find out if the story changed from our reference to my picture, because I don't know what do you have. This is how to show it better. Can you see it? Not actually. This is my picture. Quite crazy. And this was the reference. So what we need to do to find out if the story, the situation has changed, and how, if the atmosphere is different, is the girl the same of a different. And I'm not sure that I managed to show it properly. But here we can see that she has 3 hands, and it is important. Maybe I will work on this sketch a little bit more to, to draw it more vivid. But in 15 minutes, it is good result, I suppose. So you can observe my sketch and, of course, your sketches, and write in comments. What do you think? How the situation changed? Where we can ask more questions to the reference, to the story, and which picture attracts more attention and more questions and thinking and discussions. So I would like to see your today's interpretations and sketches from today's stream. What unusual and funny have you invented today? Which tricks have you tried? You can show your sketches also in my free Telegram channel. The link is in the description. I ask you also to add today's impressions from today's creative game, your thoughts, maybe some unusual ideas or I don't know, invention which have you got today during the session or after the session. So we are almost there for all this big project, 1 week project. But I would like to give you some homework to, to have some additional aftertaste from this crazy coffee sketch party. So your homework is to invent your own 3 foxy tricks, new, which I haven't mentioned yet. All these tricks which are aimed to improve your work, your sketches. It is not necessary to be only sketches. It could be figurines. It could be, even your videos, your plots of videos, some cartoons, maybe even your writings. You can transform it a little bit and apply to different, to a wide range of creative spheres. So invent your own 3 clever tricks how to make your work more spectacular and memorable, and tell me about it in the comments. And even better, if you will draw your quick sketches with using your creative tricks, and you can show them also in my Telegram channel. The link to the homework, I will make a special post for this task, so you can add everything in its exact place, and everything will be in my Telegram channel. Everything is very good structured, so you will never mess there. You will understand how to go from the start to the finish by the hashtag, so don't worry. And if you like this project, Crazy Coffee Party in the Maze, if it was useful for you and your sketches and your work really became more bright, intensive, shocking, and noticeable, write in comments about it, and I can return to this topic in my future streams and videos. So we are almost there. My next live stream on the channel, I plan on this Thursday, 5 p.m. Central European time. It is a traditional, long, funny practice, then 1 hour of cheerful, ridiculous, bold, and crazy sketching and creative, funny chatting. So I invite you there to we can know each other better, we can communicate, we can talk about art. I can give you some motivation, inspiration, and also, what is very important, we will draw 10 quick, funny, strange, ugly sketches in 60 minutes. I highly recommend you to join me. For people who are maybe not an artist, but who would like to spend time funny, their pastime funny with that drive maybe, and it will be very useful at the same time, in spite of the fact that it looks very silly. But sometimes it happens, and more often than you think. So you can spend this hour with me and draw without any tension, without any pressure, and even find new creative friends. my goal is to find new creative friends all over the world. I eager to do it. I hope that it will happen. So it could happen not only for me, but for all creative community. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for your watching. I hope that you managed to participate in this project, and I'm waiting for your sketches and your impressions into my comments and in my Telegram chat. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and see you soon in my upcoming sessions and videos. Bye-bye.